Hey guys, and welcome back to Astral Music and Tutorials. I'm Ijo, and today I'm here to talk about a very important topic. Statistically, it is known that one of the main things that music producers struggle with the most is arranging your songs. Nowadays, anyone can come up with a melody, anyone can come up with a chord progression, a lead, a drum pattern, pretty much everything. And they're even getting the hang of mixing down properly. But when it comes to arranging your songs, actually making your 8-bar loop into a full 3-minute song, that's where people start drawing the line. And I get it. It's something we all struggled with. It's not easy to make a catchy arrangement that people can actually sit and listen to without skipping. There's a lot of aspects in play when it comes to making a full song and arranging your melodies and your chord progressions in a way that it doesn't become too repetitive. But fear not, I have just the tool for you. There's an actual tool, a plugin to be honest, which will help you in arranging your music. How, you ask? Well, let's get into the video. So this is the tool that I was talking about. It's a one-of-a-kind plugin which helps you arrange your 8-bar loop into a full track. We'll get a little bit more in-depth with it in a minute. So in order to test out this plugin, we first need an 8-bar loop. So in last week's video, I talked about some of the best sample packs that I've ever used. It's by a company called Lofi Sounds, and they make great sample packs for such low prices. On top of that, if you use our discount code Astral10, you'll get a 10% off of all those sample packs. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can go check it out. Anyway, using those sample packs, I made a beat last week. This is what it sounds like. Everything except for the bass was made with that sample pack. So they have a Rhodes melody sample pack, which also contains the MIDI files of those melodies. So I used one of those MIDI files, paired it with my own favorite piano plugin, and this is what I got. And now they also have a guitar melody sample pack, which I also used. Now they don't have a MIDI pack for that, but the melodies itself are great. I just picked a melody, chopped it up to make it fit into the chord progression, and this is what I got. Finally, for the drums, they have a sample pack called the Dust and Dreams, which are basically filled with boom bap one-shots. Now, I'm a person who never uses drum loops, but then just for the sake of last week's video, I broke my one rule and I used a drum loop. I spiced it up a little bit by adding a high-pass filter and cutting out the lows, adding my own kick. So it's a drum loop coupled with a kick one-shot, and this is how it sounds. They also provide you with this cool sounding tom drum fill. Now after that, I also used a percussion loop, a Foley loop to be exact. Lofi Sounds also provides you with a sample pack dedicated to only Foley loops. And this is what it sounds like. How many Foley loop sample packs have you come across? I'm pretty sure none. Now moving on from the sample packs, I have a bass, piano textural pad that I made. Pretty subtle. And one thing that I added today that wasn't in last week's video is this lead. It's just so that we have more elements to work with when we're arranging our song. So that consists of our 8-bar loop. All that together at 80 BPM is 24 seconds. If you're making lo-fi like I am, you have to make it at least 2 minutes. 2 minutes to 2:30. That's like the lo-fi sweet spot in my opinion. So this is what you do. Once you download Arrangerking, just go to any empty channel and just load it up. Now it's a good idea to make it detached. It's gonna be useful. Anyway, right off the bat, you can see there's a structure right in front of you. If you look on the right over here, that indicates how long the structure is gonna be. This is 5 minutes and 12. Now I have to warn you, most of the arrangements in this plugin are over 3 minutes because lo-fi is like the only genre that's less than 3 minutes long. Now since this plugin wasn't exactly made for the lo-fi genre, you're gonna have to pivot a little bit to make it suit your needs, but I guarantee that it's still helpful, and I'll show you how. So this is basically what you're going to see when you open your plugin. It's going to be colorless at first, but then to make it a little bit more eye-popping, just click on this Arrangerking icon, go down to the color-coded buildings and just turn that option on. Then you get the colors. Over here, you can see all the genres that are available: pop, rock, disco, EDM, house, electronic, R&B, hip hop, jazz, blues, ambient, Latin, folk, traditional. And then in the menu next to it, these are all the blueprints of the structures. So the duration of the songs can go from 312 all the way to 1736. I don't know which song goes up to like 20 minutes, but you do you, man. Don't let anybody stop your vision. That's all I can say. These blueprints are taken from the structures and arrangements of actual popular songs. That's how you know it's gonna work. That's how you know they're gonna be good arrangements that people can actually enjoy. So here, let's take this, Misty Night. This is apparently a jazz blues arrangement. Now see, me personally, being a lo-fi producer and a very, very amateur musician, I don't understand what these segments are divided into. Head, return to head, improv solo, I understand, but coda, vamping, I don't know what they are. So you go to this menu over here. I personally like to work with the EDM, house, and electronic. I understand these terms the best out of all the other genres. If I take like hip hop or R&B, it's going to be like intro, verse, variation, verse, chorus, that works too, in my opinion. But then it's better suited for a song with vocals in it. And since lo-fi generally doesn't have vocals, I like to go for EDM. Ambient might work too, but once again, exposition, transitional development, I don't understand what that is. I'm just going to pop that back into EDM, house, and electronic. So if you hover your mouse over each of these sections, you can see just how long each of those segments are. This is 32 bars. The break, 8 bars. Another break, 8 bar. Build, another 8. Break, another 8. Drop, 8. And outro, 8. In my opinion, that is a long time for the drop to hit. That's what, 32 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. And then the drop. Maybe it could work, but let's just look for another arrangement for now. That is way too complicated to be a lo-fi arrangement. But then again, that's just my opinion. If you can make it work, good for you. But I just have to remind you that it's a 17-minute, 36-second long arrangement. So just to make it easier, I'm gonna go and click on the first one, Godly Plan 312. Now that makes sense. That is a lo-fi progression. But it's still a little bit long because, as you can see, the verse is 16 bars. And let's just make that into 8. And now look, 2 minutes and 24 seconds. That is perfectly a lo-fi arrangement. Now what you have to do is go here, right click on this little arrow, and you get all these options. Now this is what you use to import the blueprint onto your DAW. Since DAWs don't really accept blueprints of any kind, what it basically does is it transforms the arrangement that you've chosen into either a MIDI file or just an audio file. And I feel like audio files work a little bit easier, and that's just for me. Now we just click this and drag it onto our DAW. And now we can close this. And here we have our arrangement. Look at that. This is the blueprint. Now I'll show you what we can do. I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to copy paste it to the end of the arrangement. From what we saw in the plugin, these two big blocks, those are the chorus. And these two medium ones right before the chorus are obviously the verse. And these two sloping shapes at the sides, they are the intro and outro. The big blocks which represent the chorus, that's where you need every single element in your song to play. Only during those times. So for this and this section, those are the chorus. Everything is going to play. Now I'm just going to quickly edit the intro and outro, which means I'm going to take out the drums for the intro and outro. Right now, I'm just going to take out all the drums and the bass. And I think I'm going to take out the guitars as well for the first half. I'm going to take out the lead. I'm going to take out... I think that's enough. Also, when you're playing back your song, make sure to mute this track. Even though this is just a blueprint, FL Studio will still recognize it as an audio file, so it's going to distort your entire song. So make sure you keep it on mute. I'm going to take away the lead in the verse. I'm going to take away... what else? I'm going to take away the percussion loop, the Foley loop. Even in the second verse. Now, this second verse over here, I'm going to actually use that as a bridge. Because it's a bridge, I am going to take out the bass. I'm going to take out the kicks. Shorten this by half. So since I'm using a drum loop, arranging a drum loop might be a little harder than one-shots because, see, right now, the hi-hats and the snares are linked together in this, so I can't edit them separately. So what I can do in a situation like this, I'll show you. So this is the mixer that the drum loop is linked to. I'm gonna add a third EQ, turn on a radio preset, automate that, and right when the drop hits, I'll turn it off. So now it'll sound like this. There you have it. We'll just go ahead and delete the blueprint. Look at that. An arrangement has just appeared in front of your eyes. And this is a very good lo-fi arrangement as well. Now there's still a few things you have to do before it becomes an absolute perfect arrangement. You know, I mean, like adding a lot of transitional elements and maybe adding or removing a couple more things, couple more elements, but you are off to a very good start. You can basically arrange all your lo-fi beats in this exact same way with a couple of minor changes. But yeah, I'm sure you can see the value of this plugin. And that was just one of the arrangements that plugin had to offer. So once again, this plugin is available for both Windows and Apple. If you use our discount code YTAstral, you'll get 50% off on this plugin. There'll be a link in the description so you can go and check out the plugin yourself. Shout out to the company Barking Audio for letting me know about this plugin. Let me know if you have any questions about the plugin, and if you do buy it, let me know what you think of the plugin. Like and subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you next week.